Good morning. Welcome to the Heart's Frontier. I am Kate, and if this is your first time watching, then welcome. This is a place where I do oracle readings mostly right now, but I'll be branching off to some new things soon. And yeah, today is May 21st, 2023. And I'm going to get into this daily YouTube oracle reading. I don't know why I keep saying YouTube. I do find it really funny. Today I'm feeling an energy of, like, to make it sound simple, it's like, you can do this energy. But there's a lot of deeper pathways as to what that might mean for you, that you can do this. I feel like it's coming from deep yearning place. So think about what is the thing you want most, but it seems to kind of not be able to come to fruition. So think about that right now as I'm shuffling. What is the thing in your life, in your whole life, that you want the most, but it doesn't quite seem to be able to come to fruition? And just a reminder, I'll be doing the weekly collective energy reading and personal readings today at 3 p.m. British time. 3 p.m. British time is 10 a.m. Eastern, which, is that right? It makes it 7 a.m. Pacific, I think. I got people from all different areas now. It's difficult to go and do all the time zones, but you can always look up time zones on Google. So I've got 3 manifestation cards. So we're definitely talking manifestation. And I also feel like bringing in an animal. I had an interesting journey recently where a power animal that I have been working with was a little mad at me, actually. Was like, you have not been paying attention. You have not been coming to visit me. And it's a pretty large animal. So to have a really big, robust animal kind of annoyed with you, even in the spirit realm, is like, woo. Woo. And it shook me loose a little bit, actually, in a really good way. And we've since made up. We're since doing better. But it's interesting that it's not always like spirit guides giving you a, hey, you're doing great, just think about this positive thing. Like, there's actually times where I connect with either upper world guides, like more human figures, or animals, or inner children. I also had this happen recently, where it's like, I don't quite understand, or I'm missing something. We take our human mind still with us into the non-ordinary. And when we take our human mind in with us, it's flawed and open to where we are wounded. I love to move quickly. I'm an Aries. I love to just get in there, do things quickly. And sometimes in journeying, you need to be patient and wait and seek to understand, listen. So anyways, I think it's interesting to share that sometimes, sometimes they don't present just how you expect them to present over in the spirit realm. Okay, so have you thought about what is this area of life or specific yearning, desire, this thing that you feel like this is like your destiny? It's like you feel like you're meant for this, but also you tend to doubt that this thing is meant for you because it's so big. There's almost like a fear to fully accept it. Today, you're being told to take action with passion, valiant courage. Now, this came up recently, so it's like, boom, boom, get it in your brain. It is time to take action with passion. If you sit any longer, you only have yourself to blame because you just rose up to, and I know you knew it before because clearly it was in your mind before I just called it out for you today. But as you just cultivated this and brought it up to your mind to say, here's the thing I really so deeply crave and yearn for in this lifetime. Valiant courage. What can you do today to take action, to be in passion, to be in alignment energetically with that, what is it about, and I actually really do think about this, maybe even write it down. What is it about that thing that means so much to you? Why does it mean so much to you? Right? If it was, I'll use a more simple example. Maybe you see yourself as a bodybuilder or something, as a weightlifter, right? If you see yourself as a bodybuilder and you feel really passionate that this is something I really want to do, but you're not working towards that, or you're not giving it your all, putting your all into it, what's holding you back from being fully invested into it that you can't just overcome, right? So every challenge that currently exists, they can all be overcome. So what's holding you back from actually putting yourself fully into this and being in full passion towards that dream of being a bodybuilder? I'd love to know if you feel like sharing what that is. And also if you're looking at exploring how it is to queue up to your true self. There's 1 or 2 more spots still left in Empath Energetics. We'll start this week, but it's the introduction week. So, if you get in this week, early this week, then you won't be missing anything. I also have a feeling that this thing I'm talking about, if you're resonating with this, it's like a thing that you haven't really quite fully visualized. And I know myself with some of the things that I so deeply want and so deeply crave, I'll like get a little vision of it and then go, whoof. Because it's almost like scary for me. I feel like there's really multiple when it comes to this. And that might be the same for you as well. I feel for some people in the collective, it's really like one big thing though. And that's what I'm speaking to today, is like the one big thing. And I can trace what is the one big thing that I feel always like evades me a little bit, but is like a deeper yearning and is something I'm constantly trying to like, bring about or focus on. The thing is, do I actually let myself dream in the vision of what it could be good, right? What could it be at its fullest, at its brightest, at its best? What could I be at my fullest and brightest and best? I wrote a little thing about light work, but I feel like I could go on for eons. That's probably why I'll be writing more about it, because light work is this thing that often gets missed. People do the shadow work and they go and figure out what's wrong with them, and they go and figure out why they're standing in their own way, and they explore their childhood, and we go through all this stuff as to what holds us back, and we put all our energy there. But are we putting energy towards our light? And are we putting energy towards our legacy, the way that we're meant to live out in the world, and our mission? Are we putting energy towards what has us feeling light? Like this morning, I was just dancing. Like, I don't often dance in the mornings because I'm putting myself under some kind of strain or pressure to go, okay, well, what does the rest of the day need to look like? And who am I being today? And all these types of things, before just getting into that right vibrational state and that right energetic alignment. So I love whenever I go into a next round of Empath Energetics, all my lessons come back to me and I say, oh yeah, that can also relate here. And that should also be done there. Every time it just gets better and better. And I hear that from the grads too. If they go back and look at content, it's like, yep, that actually just really needed. I just heard from someone recently, oh, I really needed to go back and do pendulum chart reading. Like, yeah, I'm so glad, you could take months off from it. And then one day it'll just hit you. I got to read this. I got to understand what's going on in myself. That's how I'm going to self-heal. That's how I'm going to get through this. So take action with passion. So animals we have today are dolphin spirit. This and that are true. So could it be that external reality, this physical 3D reality around you, is true, and also your dream is true? This is the energy that I'm feeling. So could it be that you are actually seeing correctly, and it's simply not here right now? I saw this post earlier this morning that really stuck out to me, that said, it was like very bold. It was like, the 3D is a lie. Do not pay attention to the 3D. And I realized, like, we do need to take some level of feedback from the external, from the 3D, the physical reality, but really not as much as we think, and really not in the direction that we think. So yeah, it's a big learner, right? Because we're so trained to believe what we see. That is the human condition in many ways. And so if I could advise you today to accept that your dreams are just as true as your reality and play in that more and be in that zone more, I really wonder how the rest of your, your day will go. We also have ant spirit, time to collaborate. And this I really am feeling, and sometimes often actually I read the ant spirit card as like it's important to go reach out to others and find someone to work with. I'm actually really feeling this is like you collaborating with your dream self. That's what I'm seeing, is like you like shaking hands with your dream self and going, okay, now we're on the same team. We're on the same side. Sometimes you can see your dream self as like an enemy to you because they are seemingly far away from who you are now. They're like taunting you. It's like they're your nemesis, but also the cool person at school. And you're like, I want to be like them, but also I hate them. I never thought that. The people who said that, or like the people who others said were the cool people at my school, I didn't think that they were overly kind. So I don't really see them as cool people. All the cool people in my mind were like the odd ones out of their friend groups. Perhaps because I was the odd one out of all the friend groups. Who knows? Anyway, I feel like this ant spirit, this time to collaborate, really feels like collaborating with you and your future self, you and your dream self and your vision of your higher self. Because if you're working on the same team, maybe you're going to do things a little bit differently. Whereas if you're working against the force of this awesome version of you in the future, you're working against the force of that, well, that's just going to keep you further away, right? That's funny. I wanted to let everyone know at this moment, if you are in this collective, it's because you've either subscribed or liked or commented. And so I know that your energy is here. And so hopefully some of this message is meant for you and resonates with you. If you'd like some more individual and one-to-one readings, and you're a current client of mine, then you're welcome to be a part of Soul Circle sessions. Soul Circle I do right after the weekly collective oracle readings on Sundays. So at 4 p.m. British time, 11 a.m. Eastern, and 9, would that be 8 a.m.? 8 a.m. Pacific. So I really love doing that because it gives me an opportunity to actually get to know people's stories, and we sort of chain things together. And sometimes people just come when they're like in need of some support and they're really in need of some question answering. And other times they come, to celebrate and say, this is where I'm at on my journey. And I would just love some cards pulled for what I need to look for this, right? Just some guidance, but not really like fixing issues. So it's really exciting. I love being able to trace through lines, all the people in there have either taken empath energetics before or are about to. I think, yeah. And I had to like do a roster check in my mind. And any current clients who do ongoing work with me are also invited into that space. Okay, so let's get to these manifestation cards. So think again about this one deep thing that you crave and you deeply want in your life has been a part of your life story. So if you go back and look at pains and hurts and wounds that have showed up in your life, they likely have something to do and something to contribute to this overall story. It's kind of like a hero's journey, right? Like we travel through this one and many, wound areas, but there's one often like a main pathway of something like either self-esteem as it relates to body or intimate connection and how you relate to people in relationship, or it'll be a certain type of health challenge that has almost like plagued you, but you see yourself overcoming it, or or maybe it's learning, right? Learning in school, but then suddenly you apply yourself to learning something you're really passionate about. And so there's always some sort of through line. Maybe it's doing things different than how your parents and family did it. That's often what we do in our lives, for better or for worse. Sometimes we go way in the opposite direction just to counterbalance things. So when looking at what you're manifesting, you must also take a moment and be thankful and curious as to your whole life story and the way that you've been shaped to accept and receive this beautiful blessing. So I'll often joke that the ways that I've had the most challenges in life are just leading me to the exact opposite And I can't wait to receive that, you know, like I'll joke that like, it's gotta be coming because this is rough, you know? But at the same time, I put like a lot of faith and a lot of belief in that. And so it's a joke, but it's also not a joke, you know? Okay. So when I truly surrender my desires to the universe, a mighty force of faith can set in. So faith in your desires, that is really what today is about. It's playing also, playing in your dream space. I can do less and attract more. I really love this card. I had a card that was similar from the self-help deck out on my desk for a few weeks, and it said, uh, focus. It's funny now. I'm really liking that I can do less and attract more, but it was like, do less with more focus, right? So when you can feel all over the place or there's so many different things, what I'm asking you today is to focus on what is the one true thing that you really deeply energetically want to align to. Can you spend some more time in that dream? And can you spend time in practicing faith and belief that this is going to go better than you can imagine, and that the fullness of this dream is already there with you and you just don't see it yet? That's fine. That's fine. Just ignore the external, ignore the physical reality for today. Okay. We also have this beautiful card with the eye. So, and I'm still feeling like really drawn to my third eye, my forehead, and everything this morning. I'm just really feeling into that connection of the third eye. So I'm also going to advise that if you have any visualization practices, or if you do third eye work already, that you try working on that today. Third eye and sacral energy feel really in focus today. So that's why dancing, and that's why visualizations. Okay, it says, I trust that my powerful intentions combined with my faith are enough to allow my vision to become reality. So it has to start as vision and then it becomes reality, right? So don't be mad at reality not matching. It starts as vision, then you make an intention, you have faith and continue to act. You continue to actively manifest and create, then it becomes your reality. So have faith. That is the huge overarching message. Have faith. I'm going to say have faith in passion is actually, because it's the take action with passion thing is really feeling like I don't want us to forget about that piece. I'm feeling a lot of heart opening as well. So I am going to, oh, and I wanted to apologize. I said that I was going to be back yesterday and put up a couple of videos. My day totally got away from me. And then there was just a real resistance for me being on the computer for too long. So I just was like, oh, I don't want to put myself up to an energy that didn't feel like in alignment with that. But I feel really excited today to sit on the computer. It's very like misty and foggy. And so it's like inviting me to stay in and chat to you all. So I'm going to go get more ready for my day. Do a couple other things that I need to do, put some laundry in, and then I'll come back and I'll do those videos that I said I was going to do yesterday. So thank you for understanding that. And I'll be back for the weekly collective live Oracle reading. And then I'll be doing Soul Circle Oracle as well. And then I'm so blessed. I have a few clients tonight doing some shamanic work tonight. So it's a really rich spiritual day. Enjoy your Sunday, everyone. Hope to see you later today at the weekly collective reading. And if you would like to join Empath Energetics, I do have some different kind of payment plan options available. And I know finances are the big kicker for people for this round. For whatever reason, it's never been such a sticking point, but I do think it's something about self-worth and about what we're receiving, and also a lesson for me to learn in this as well. And so I'm happy to chat to anyone who is feeling like they might want to take Empath Energetics. I feel even more clearly that this is going to be the last one I ever do that's like this. So the only way it will come back as a group/one-on-one program, it will be very, very different. And it certainly won't ever be priced this way again. So like, I don't imagine myself doing another Empath Energetics program, because I will be working on the content in other forms, right? In forms that can reach more people, and that allow me to also spend more time with the directions that I'm being guided to go into. So that being said, it is my pride and joy, and it took me a long time to admit that this is going to be the last one. So I am putting my all into it. Don't think that there's less going in just because this will be my last. In fact, it's probably the opposite. I'll probably put more and more into it, especially because I'll be working on the book at the same time, and really, really looking to study and understand how people are relating to this work and these exercises and this content and what gets in the way. And I'll be aggressively trying to help get you unstuck from what is getting in the way of you and your dreams and your life and your pure light. Whew. The light just came on like a lot brighter at that moment. Okay. So I'll see you all later at the live, and I'll be here for some videos later on today. If you're wanting to get in on Empath Energetics, it starts this week. So reach out to me and let's make it happen. Okay. Enjoy your day. Take care, everyone.